Hi guys, my name is Steve Benjamin. I'm a composer of Muse VFX in Hollywood. Today I'd like to show you all the proper workflow between Mocha 4 and Fusion 7. Specifically, how to export your shape data and tracking data out of Mocha and get it into your comp in Fusion. Let's begin. In order to quickly show you all this, I went ahead and did a project. So if you give me a minute, let me go ahead and open it up. All right. Here I have a clip that was provided for me by stockfootage.com. It's a very simple camera move, as you can see. And you can see that I already have my rotor shapes tracked and ready to go. If I click on my layer 1 and I click on the surface overlay, you'll see that my blue rectangle perfectly lines up with the screen, with the pizzeria sign. This becomes very important when we're trying to do our corner pin, because the corner pin trackers will be matched to the edges or the corners of that blue rectangle. So in order to export this out, you just simply click on the shape that you want and go to Export Tracking Data. Make sure that the format selected is Digital Fusion Comp, and then we'll do Copy to Clipboard. So I'll go to my comp. Okay, so here I already have the footage already set up, and I already have my image that I want. Because I tracked in 1920 by 1080 and I'm doing a corner pin, it usually works better if the image that you're doing is sized to 1920 by 1080. That's just something that I've found out. There are other workarounds, but it's the easiest way to do it. So go ahead and delete that. Since we've already copied our track data into the clipboard, you can simply paste it into your into your comp. Make sure that my footage is at 1. When you're importing your tracking data into Fusion, it has a tendency of starting on frame 0, but as you can see, our timeline starts on frame 1. So you want to select your track, and you want to go into Spline, do Select, and just to show y'all, you can see right there that there's a keyframe on frame 0. You see it pop in and out right there. Just a small graphical issue. So if you hit Fit, take all your keyframes and do a time offset of 1, that'll fix it. So then we'll plug in our image into the foreground, and then we'll merge that over our plate. Go into the tracker. Just if you want, just to show you all a simple track, we'll just do match move, and we'll do foreground only. That way we're only getting our foreground image. Just so y'all can see, let me transform this, size it down a bit. Scale it down, move it over, just scale it down some more. Okay, so we do match move, foreground only, and we hit play. You can see that it's just simple 2D track. Now to show you all the planar track, because this has all four tracking points in it with our corner pin, if we change this to corner positioning and get rid of the transform, you can see that it lines up with the blue rectangle that I had in Mocha. So it's very, very simple. So again, I'll show you all that with the sign, with the overhang right here. So I'll go back to Mocha. I'll go back to my other shape, and you can see that my surface overlay, my blue rectangle, is already over the area I want, and it's tracked. So select the roto shape, do export tracking data, copy to clipboard, make sure there was Fusion comp, just to make sure, Digital Fusion comp data, copy to clipboard, go back to my comp, and I'll paste it in. Go ahead and make sure that this is set to 1, and make sure that my trackers also start on frame 1. So time offset 1, push everything over, and then I'll plug in the image into my foreground, get my merge set up, And then in here, operation, corner positioning, foreground only. And now you can see that my sign matches right on top of the overhang in the area that I wanted. You'll see as it comes into view, the perspective is there and everything else. So as you can see, exporting your tracking data from Mocha and importing it into Fusion is pretty straightforward. Fairly simple. Now, I'll show you how to do it with your shape data. So again, I already have a project set up for this. So open project. Save. Okay. So here again is another footage provided by stockfootage.com. Very simple roto shape, very simple camera move. Goes fine. So here, you want to select your roto shape, and you want to do export shape data. You want to make sure that your format is shakerotoshape.ssf. And we'll hit save. Here, you actually have to save out your information. So I'll save it here to test. Save, it already exists. Yes, let's go ahead and overwrite. So I'll go back to Fusion. Again, I already have a project set up for this. See, there's the footage. This is the old shape I did. So I'm going to show you how to import this. So you want to create a new polygon. And then in the viewer, you have to right click, select the polygon shape that you just created, import SSF shape. So here we're going to navigate to our save SSF, which is a mocha roto.ssf. Now it looks like it's off just a little bit. It actually isn't. It's just a graphical error. So if you go back to the frame that you're to the beginning, then you see that it lines up fine. And this comes in with your roto shape, and it comes in with your tracking data. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. Now, the interesting thing to note about here is that when your shape comes in, it already has the feather applied to it, and that's indicated by this icon right here on the left, the double poly icon. So if I control click here, yeah, there's our feather. Along with the shape, just to show y'all through a color corrector. So you can see shape. Show that to y'all again one more time. We can get rid of the polygon. So we'll create a new polygon. We'll come in here, we'll right click. You don't actually have to make your shape yet. You can just right click in the viewer, go to the polygon node, the polygon 1, import SSF shapes. Navigate to the shape. And there you have it. So there you go. That's our workflow from Mocha 4 to Fusion 7. I'm Steve Benjamin with Muse FX. Have a good one.